Zombie Apocalypse.
Hi friends, this is your Ataf Khan. In this video, we are going to talk about an ancient iconic structure, tourist attraction, one of the wonders of the world. Yes, in the city of Rome stands an ancient stadium, Colosseum, the largest amphitheater ever built for live entertainment. But how this ancient icon was born? How was it possible to build such an iconic structure in that era where there were no technology or transportation facilities? Let's time travel back to reveal the history. During the 1st century AD, Roman Emperor Nero had built a gigantic palace for himself in the heart of ancient Rome. It included an enormous man-made lake and a 98-feet colossal bronze statue of himself, commonly known as the Colossus of Nero, outside the palace. After Nero had died, a couple of years later, Emperor Vespasian decided to remove Nero's lake and put an arena there to entertain people. That's how the idea for the piece of history was born. Vespasian began the work on Colosseum in around 70 CE. He died in 79 CE and his son Titus finished the Colosseum in 80 CE. Nearly 60,000 slaves built the Colosseum. They were promised their freedom, so they worked quickly, finished the construction within 9 years. The statue of Emperor Nero was later moved with the help of 24 elephants by the Emperor Hadrian in 124 CE and placed just next to the amphitheater. The name Colosseum came from the fact that it was so close to the Colossus of Nero. But Colosseum was originally known as the Flavian Amphitheater, named after the Flavian dynasty of emperors, and you can still see this name on the Colosseum today. The Colosseum was as tall as a 12-story building. The egg-shaped structure that is about 620 feet long, 512 feet wide and 158 feet tall, and was constructed from concrete and sand. The arena was made of a wooden floor covered by sand. The Colosseum has 80 entrance arches. It was easy to let people in and out to watch the games and battles. It could accommodate around 80,000 spectators. The first game held in the newly completed Colosseum lasted for 100 days. The most famous attraction of the Colosseum were gladiators. Professional fighters battled with each other for entertainment of the people. Most impressive spectacle than gladiators were held on Colosseum was mock sea battles called naumachia. As I mentioned, the Colosseum had been built on the artificial lake, and underneath it had channels that could divert water from nearby aqueduct to flood the arena floor with water, and the real ships could sail on it for sea battle. Once the sea battles got over, Colosseum could be drained quickly to allow another battle to take place on dry land. That's why we call it an iconic structure. The sea battles were only held in Colosseum for a short time. Soon, the area under the arena floor was remodeled, and complicated structure called Hypogeum was built by Titus's brother, Domitian. It was an underground complex with tunnels and cages, where animals and fighters were held until showtime, and secret passageways and elevators to enter the arena through the trapdoor. Entry was free for all ancient Romans. Not only that, but they got fed throughout the event. The emperors did this in order to gain popularity throughout the Roman Empire. Even the slaves can watch the shows, but they had specific seats. They could stay on the upper places of the arena, while the lower seats allocated for senators, special boxes for emperors, so they could watch the shows closer. The Colosseum had triangular pavilions to protect the audience from harsh sunlight. Around 500,000 people and millions of animals like elephants, lions, tigers, bears, and bulls were killed as the crowd cheered at the shows. The west exit was called the Gate of Death because this was the exit that dead gladiators were carried out from. The gladiatorial fights stopped in 435 CE and the animal hunt stopped by the beginning of 23 CE. Several popular singers like Elton John, Billy Joel, Paul McCartney, and Ray Charles have performed at the Colosseum. Over time, natural disasters and vandalism destroyed approximately two-thirds of the Colosseum. But it was the 847 AD and 1231 AD earthquakes that did the most damage, which you can see today. It was a deadly place centuries ago, but today it is a tourist attraction and an icon of ancient Rome, as well as the World Heritage Site. And still, it is a prominent landmark in the Italian capital. I hope you enjoyed learning about Colosseum with me. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell.